that going for me. If nobody asked me, then do I look like a butthole?
We can delete it later. We'll see if anyone actually show up. Whenever they show up, they'll be here asking questions.
I got my glasses on. I got my cold back glasses.
Yep, we got one.
Oh, change back there.
Hi.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works. How's it going? Say something. Oh.
No, what happened?
Want to work on a flat? What does that say?
Yeah, I want to work on a flat.
Of course I can work on a flat.
800 Centerville Road.
Are there any good V12 engines?
Nope.
V12 twin turbo. I got one of those in Mercedes. They work good, but they are a maintenance nightmare.
Centerville Road.
What's up? Having too much fun? Working Evo X or... I can't even read that. That's so small.
You want to get it closer?
Yeah, I got to put my glasses on, guys. Can they hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You can.
All right, I got my glasses on now. Let's see, Evo or STI?
Neither.
Neither.
Or LS swapped STI.
Oh, could do that. Could do an LS swap, 6 liter.
You just had it.
I know.
Hi, everybody. First time I tried this thing live, it's kind of weird.
There ain't a forward button.
It's like talking to my kids, except they're not here. Fiat. Oh my God, a Fiat. Well, anything would help a Fiat. Everybody go and hit that button. Okay, whatever the button is. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. How much horsepower does Corey? Are we back to that again? Everybody's wondering about Corey's car. Yeah, it makes 1,000 horsepower. I'm going to do it again here in a few days. And we're going to go down and visit Demonology. 2005 Acura TRs. Holy God, help from... Hi, Atlanta. Thanks for the good... Thank you very much, John, about the... We try to do everything there. Vic Damone. Hey, Vic. Doing good. Evan with the turbo camera. Camaro is still running great. Good. Glad your turbo thing's working good. That's good. Got the smile button there. That's good. Is there a difference? Can you open the screen up a little bit so I can see the end of the sentences?
Yeah.
There's people asking questions. I'm looking like oh,
is it better now?
That's better. Evan turbo good. Hit the light button. Yeah, I have no idea what to do there. Is there a diff brace on Corey's Hellcat yet? No, there's not, but there will be when I do the new gears. Brian says Ford or Chevy. Ford or Chevy what? What should you do with your motor if it's less than? What should you do to your motor if it has more than 100? It has more than 180,000 miles. Go out and talk real nice to it, and then we'll talk about doing a new motor. Thanks for Felton for the channel. That's very kind. Call me anytime you like. And extremely reliable. It will have an 05 3 years. Only change the intake hose and AC compressor. Ooh, $800 for an AC compressor. That's cool. My Lexus has 498,000 on it, so you know how cheap I am. Oh, would I prefer Ford or Chevy? Sorry about that, Brian. They're all air pumps to me, and they all have good news and bad news. Well, I'll tell you what, that 5-liter Ford motor is freaking awesome. That Coyote motor they made, that thing is a badass piece of equipment.
Go back.
The LS1 though, that's the new small block. It's a lot of fun too. They make some shitty stuff too, but good small block. I haven't memorized that one year. What's your thought on a properly modded Dodge Challenger GTL? Oh, I did those. I hope the GT, got to help me with this. Aaron, is the GT, is that the V6 model? Because I don't do those. If it's the 5.7, we just did one with a Charger on top of 2.3 Edelbrock, and it was fun to drive. So that's what I do with all of them, put a supercharger on top. Andy, I got to check that block number for you, Andy. I'll bring it up later, and I'll find it for you. I don't know what that block number is. If you've done a 67 GT500. The only one I did a 67 GT500 clone for the old manager of the Twins, who had more money than God, and he still had a fake car. I had to fix that. Came in from another shop. Thank you. I'm the best. Well, I've got an ex-wife and a wife that would probably disagree. So appreciate that comment. Hellcat.
6.5.
The Hellcat. Okay, so the Hellkeezy's going back on again after I do a bunch of work to it, so we can go down and run demonology, and I'll get the thing to hook somehow when I get the big stickies on the back, and then we'll know for sure. I'm still telling you, it's making 1,000 horsepower, probably a little more. Let's see. We worked on the Lexus No, I have not worked on a Lexus ISF or whatever, but we did just get new software that Casey Whitmer is diving into because his brother-in-law has one. So we're going to toss on the dyno. I'll let you know how that goes. Kizzy, thank you very much. I appreciate you checking in. Oh, V6. Aaron, man, they make what you want. It's called a V8 car. They do it in all-wheel drive. So if you get one, that V6 is a great little motor, but I just can't lean on it. It'll break. Then you'll be pissed. And then I get a bunch of dislikes on my channel. 3 V6 sleeper car. Can I do to make my, it says a 300 V? Oh, the V6 thing again. Same story. You can buy a V8 car. I don't want to do anything because if I break it, I'll be pissed. Oh, that 420. Okay, so Eric, you're on the cutting edge there with that 426 Elephant Killer, that 1,000 horsepower deal. That's a badass piece of equipment. But always wait for the consumers to get them for about a year or two, and that way, if they blow it up, it's somebody else's dollar, which is really a good idea. Favorite modern car. Dylan, favorite modern car. Got to think about that. I think I'm kind of Cadillac CTS-V winged up is really a lot of fun to drive, although I do like Grand Nationals. And if I had my choice and had a buttload of money, I'd go way back to a 1930 Duesenberg Model J or SJ, supercharged J, but I can't afford those. Way over $1 million.
That's all I need to get.
Dodge Charger Angel. I didn't know they were coming out with an Angel. What the hell's an Angel? 301 Hush. I'll check that for you, though. High-tech tunes. I don't know what that is, Eduardo. Tunes. Oh, BMWs. We're getting software on that. I got a lot of requests. I'm booked up for a month still doing stuff. So as soon as I'm able to do that stuff, you can all come visit me. But I always like to practice on my own stuff. So if something goes hideously wrong, it's not your car, it's my car. Modular push rod. Ooh, gotta go. All right, if the car came originally, Cobra Life, if the car came originally with a carburetor, I stay with carburetor. And the modular motor is a badass piece of equipment. The new ones, the old ones, the 4.62 valves, not big fan of those. Push rods are old school, but they work and they're inexpensive. They made a lot of them.
Don't worry about it. Let's go
But an 08 Malibu would be a good car to tune up. No, John, I'm afraid that the cold air intake and tuned up, you pick up about 15 horse,
How much was
and that's about it.
$90.
Supercharge my 70 Charger. Yeah, Jose, we do those. I would do one of my 500 low deck motors, 9-to-1 compression, and drop an 871 on top of that. We can run right at 1,000 horse. And I'll break everything else up. They run really good though. Big wedge motor, big set of aluminum heads. I bought a WRX. Wow, you got more money than I do. What you do to use E85? Okay, so the WRX, any kind of vehicle on E85, you need about 38% to 35% more fuel injector, and you'll need more volume too. Then they can take more time. You can tune them like race gas. So if you're talking to your tuner, it's not that big a deal. Everybody gets crazy about that stuff. If you have any questions about E85, call me, and I'll go over that, but it's not as big a deal as everybody says. How'd you do? Oh, good. You got them. Cool. Got my own customers taking apart their cars in the back. It's awesome. I charge them the money later. I don't do that. Let's see.
Everything's for free here.
See you later. Swap the all-wheel drive Challenger V6 with a Hellcat engine. You think we'll be able to compete? Yes. You can run a GTR to earth. All we got to do is all-wheel drive. I would do a 5.7 because everything's there already. I know we can get that down into the 10s, and it really takes off. It's like a carnival tune ride. I can work on your 08 Malibu, John, if you want me to, but I can't make the thing much faster. I don't mean to be a killjoy, but I don't want to take your money for something that's going to cost you too much money for not enough results. How long have I been in the auto industry? Well, obviously I worked on cars when I was a kid because I didn't have any money. I got my first car when I was 14. I've owned high tech. I had a string of race cars when I was a commodities broker. I have my law degree, and I was a VP of a lumber brokerage firm for 21 years. So I've been doing this. I bought high tech in 2000. So whatever that is, 18 years. And then I had my own string of race cars before that when I had money. Now I have no money, but I have a shop. Who would have thought it? Thanks, Edward, I appreciate the question. Is E85 harder on engines than gasoline from what's on fire? I don't like that. No, it's actually easier on engines because it's a softer fuel, very resistant to detonation. You have to use more of it to make power, but you can lean it out and get the thing to run fuel economy about the same as gasoline. It's just a lot cheaper. And you don't have any leftover carbon. My Lexus has one of my little computers I built years ago that runs E85 or E30. It's adjustable, and I'm getting 23 miles per gallon with an LS 400. And when you change the oil at 5,000 miles, it looks like it's brand new. So I love E85. I know there's some bad press on it, but that's the way it goes. I can't see through those things.
Ask them what they want to see next on the channel.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody, you got to tell me what you want me to do, what you want to see next. Turns out that when you get to my age, you're not the sex symbol that everybody thought you were going to be when you hit age 57. So I need to know what you guys want because I know you guys are deep into this stuff. I need to get more followers, or likes or whatever. But I need to get a little bit more ideas of what you want to do, and I'll do it. I won't street race. Too many things, bad things happen there, and I'll get in all kinds of trouble. But if you want to see something worked on, or if there's somebody out there that young lady wants to come work on their cars on Saturday, we can do that. Glad to help out. So we can take some videos if they want to be on this channel. I guess it looks like the people I'm talking to are ages 25 to 65, and it's all men. It's all us, just us. No women. Women, ooh. Let's see. Oh yeah, the demon killer. Oh really? The angel's supposed to be a demon killer with a red eye. Oh, I've got the build sheet on the red eye. If anybody wants to see it, right from one of my Dodge connections. The big thing is the 309 gear in the back rather than 260. Mr. Farley, my shop is 25,000 square feet, and it's got full parts area, the restoration shop with chopper, 5,000 square feet of parking for cars coming in and out, and then, of course, the back, 10,000 or 12,000 feet. Enjoyed your videos. Thank you very much. Love to see Bill Cobra. I can do that. When the next time a Coke comes in, which will be shortly, I'll video one up for you. They're pretty popular. As my shop growing. Yes, tall guy has always helped out. He brings in all kinds of people. That's been a lot of fun. It gives me something different to do because you do the same thing over and over again. It's crazy. Bigger cam and Hellcat. Don't have to. You don't need a bigger cam or turbos because I can wick it up to where I can break everything in sight with a 2.4 blower, which is actually a 2.7. What's up, Bart? Well, I'm here online. And that'll just show you how much fun I'm having on a day like today. It's snowing here, and it's 7 degrees this morning. So what the hell am I doing here? I can't tell you that. Build from scratch. Jose, I'll build something from scratch. What do you want me to scratch or build? Let's see. Take care, peace. Thank you very much.
Tell me we're about to work on the Prius.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing a Prius, put an LS in it, because Prius is when they, you know how much I love to do green stuff. Big electric guy. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Going to put an LS in that thing with one of my camshafts, and I'll leave room when we build it to put a charger on later, but I'm trying to make it so other people can do it. Cars you have in the shop. I think I missed that. Want to see a 2V build up? Oh man, I do those all the time. I got one in back for you. I'll show you that. Don't really work on a lot of the foreign cars because I'm so busy on American stuff. And I'm doing the best I can. JK, how's your phone internet service? It sucks. Trying to get somebody else to do something for me, but my internet service, it blows, man. I'm just being honest with you. Average person can replicate. That's exactly right. So I'm trying to do stuff to show you guys how to do it. That'll be around forever. I'm thinking about doing the Prius with a 6-liter out of just a van, a two-wheel drive van. So that's something you can pick up cheap and do that stuff. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit of time. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Everybody's checking in. I appreciate it. Nice of you to join me today. 96 BMW 740. Ooh, man, they're a maintenance effing nightmare, dude. Don't do that BMW 4.4 motor. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go get a Lexus 460 or a 430. It'll last forever if you change the oil. That BMW stuff is really cool and it drives nice, but damn it, they're a maintenance nightmare. My wife's got the V12 Mercedes. Same thing. If I'm hiring, I am always hiring. If somebody wants to work and they've got talent, man, I'll put your ass to work. Eric, and I'm on from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, hi. Hi, Eric. I traveled many weeks. No places you recommend. If you're looking for excitement, if you're looking for car places, Eric, send me an email, bart@hightechmotorsport.com. And I'll send you all the stuff that I do. I'm big into doing eating and drinking, and then I eat some more. But I have a bunch of people that own wineries and stuff. Oh, yeah, 6.1 Jeep. Yeah, I've got the 6.1 Jeep already done, made it into a 426 supercharged with nitrous. That has run a best of 1092 off the sauce, and then it snapped an axle. So we're putting that's all back together, but we're out of time this time of year. Challenger GT all-wheel drive build. Oh, there you go again, that V6 thing. Will somebody please buy a V8 for this guy? 392 or Hellcat 707. Oh, got to do the Hellcat. 392 is a good motor, but it's a little fragile. Turned out to be a little fragile. JK says I can help you out. Cool. Take all the help I can get.
Looking for?
Oh, fun places, food places. You bet. Send me the email. I'll send you a whole list. I'll give you stuff to do. Good places to eat. Specials and stuff like that. It's awesome. Stuff on the lake on Tonka. It's always nice in summer. So I'm my own planning on supercharged charging. Nothing. Time to help out. Yeah, come by. Jose, come by. Right here. Well, hey, Jacob, I can do that. I've already got one with a 2.3 Edelbrock on top. We're talking about changing that 6.1 to a bigger screw charger, but we're already breaking everything behind the motor.
Okay.
And Jose wants a job here. Huh. Well, now it's just piece. You know what? Saturdays, everybody hangs out here having coffee, and we can work on cars. It's just me and everybody else doing YouTube. Come on by, Jose, from 9 to 2. You're always welcome. 18 winter tire brands matter. I think all the tires now, the Blizzak equivalents, the soft compounds work really, really well. I just put on 3 sets for Corey and his brother, and they all work really well. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Charger.
Which I've got.
Cool mods can I do to my 4.6 Grand Cherokee?
Okay.
Not going to touch the 4.7, man. That thing is it breaks all the time. It's a good little motor, but they just have issues all the time. So I'm gonna decline on that Grand Cherokee. The 10-speed Mustangs they have now. Okay, so Casey Whitmer is my Ford guy. He loves that new 10-speed. He says the thing works like a champ and it shifts awesome. I have not had one apart in my hot little hands yet, but I have driven one, and it's pretty damn good.
No, it doesn't.
Crown Vic build, cheap, and I think make a great platform. Okay, so the 4.6 motor, the 2-valve, I've got one sitting out back that's supercharged with nitrous on top. The problem with the 2-valve is they just won't flow big numbers through the cylinder head. They're a small cubic inch engine. I've done them for years. I can give you the formula to make them fast. First thing we do is put a set of 410 gears in the back, 3,500 stall converter, and a set of my camshafts. They work really good. They'll run in the low 12s, high 11s. I've not built the 4.7 Toyota guy in here with a supercharger on top of one, Kevin. And what I think of electric cars, I think they're awesome.
There were 2 models. I think 6 was one.
I'd rather do a nuclear car. I think that'd be even better because I wouldn't have to plug it in. But if something goes wrong, then there'd be a nuclear ball of fire. Electric cars are great. I think it takes a lot of pollution and work to make the battery packs. I think they still have a lot of work to do there to make it right. Is a Boss 302 a good car? Mr. Farley, it's not a good car. It's a great car. It's an awesome car. They're terrific. And what mods can I do to my 74 K5 Blazer with a 350 crate? Long tube headers. Number 1, get rid of the manifolds. Good exhaust. I don't do Flowmasters. Set of ultra flows. That works the best. Intake manifold. I don't know what it's got for a camshaft in your 350 crate. They made a lot of that stuff. But a converter, if it's a stick or an automatic car, that would help you get it off the line. Fuel line and fittings preference with 4085. Stainless steel. or
But see, it
PTFE
doesn't
inside
tell
works
us how
really
much
good.
memory either, does it?
And hi, Maurice. Just doing my thing as fast as I can here.
Maybe he took
I'm glad all you guys joined in. I didn't know
it
anybody
out.
gave a shit if I was alive or dead. I guess you guys do. What's good? Car exclusive.
One.
Okay, how you doing,
That's
car
one
exclusive?
Oh,
We don't know yet, do we?
06 Impala SS to make it faster. Camshaft, torque converter. That Impala SS works really good. It's a 5.3, but it tends to snap transmission stuff. Yeah, great drop by. That's good. Thanks for the videos. Yep, John, I'll keep putting them up there. You guys keep watching, but tell me what else you want me to do. I can do all kinds of stupid stuff. Do lowrider cars break? Not by themselves, but those big ass, things bouncing around, that does not help much. Dropping something off of a 10-foot ledge is not helpful.
Minnesota, yeah, that's
Low
way
12s
over
with
there.
11s with a Crown Vic, just your cam install. Nope, didn't say that. You got to do all the bolt-ons too, and they'll run 12s. Low 12s pretty easy with a set of
6S.
drag radios in the back. Stage 2 cams, a few other things.
Unlocked.
I have experience with German cars. I own 2 Mercedes, and I've owned everything else, so I've got some experience, but I don't work on them
or
or anything else except my wife, because she'd be pissed if I didn't work on her cars.
on that Boost Mobile.
Hayden, yep, always here. You can always call me. My phone line's always busy, but you can email me too.
Yeah.
And Hisham's going to put up some kind of a Instagram thing. I have no idea. What do you think about JDM cars? I think it's awesome. Fast little pocket rockets. Love them.
$62.
Just don't do Japanese cars. It's just cool stuff, though, no doubt.
Black, don't do
Yep, on a 4.6 Pro Charge. Yep, P1SC, 323 horse, but my Cobra's well south of 400 or 700. Yeah, Cobra's a great car. 4-valve, moves a shitload of air, and got a screw charger on top. Awesome cars. One of my favorite ones to work on. They're all pretty much done by now, though. 03, 04 only. You guys going to port cams on top? No, we don't have to port the camshaft because we can maximize over 1,000 horse with the blower and just changing the pulleys. There's no reason to do a camshaft. You're all just blower limited, and that thing makes so much power. I'm going to break shit the way it is. Me too, buddy. Eating, drinking too. Yeah. I like that. Going out for dinner. That's good. I'm going to take the wife out tonight. And I got to break it to my wife tonight that we're going to actually try to find a model to do some work on cars, because evidently a cute looking girl working on cars is a hell of a lot better for the YouTube channel than an old geezer with freaking glasses on and stuff. Although I think I'm fucking funny, so there. Port the heads. No, don't have port the heads. They're really, really big. They move 360 CFM NA, so that means that 14 pounds of boost, I can move 700 CFM, which is 1,400 horse. Hi, Jaylon. Let's see, do a skydiving video. Yeah, me jumping out of a perfectly good airplane at my age and my shape is not going to happen, Aaron. Thank you very much, but I'll make Corey do that. I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. I am not going to do that. I've wrote upside down. Are you a Ford dealer? Nope, I'm not a Ford dealer. Channel, thank you. No offense. Reminds me of one of my dad. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I get that. My dad and I used to work on cars together too, and we about killed each other about 4 times. So that's because I was a butthole. 87 Buick GNX. Woo. Okay. Here's the deal with the GNX. Leave it alone. It's a great car. It's a cult car. It's worth a buttload of money. Get another 87 T-Type and cut that up. Do not do a real GNX. I like it just fine, but I won't work on your GNX because that car's worth way too much money, and it's a piece of history. 6.1 or 6.4 Hemi? 6.1. It's stronger. It doesn't have the problems for some reason. 6.4 is breaking pistons. Just get a 6.1. Costs you less money. Texas Speed 427 LSA. Yep, that stuff works. Camshaft's too big in my opinion. About Romania? Good question. Never thought about it much. I like Romania. Sounds good. Nice place to go. Don't want to live there. Can't take the shot. We rock from Philadelphia. All right. 3 cars. I appreciate it. 3 cars.
This one's
Doggy dope. Dope. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Do 2-valve take to boost. Well, it's the only thing that gets a 4.6 2-valve out of its own way is boost. And I just did how much PSI can they handle on stock? Okay. 4.6 guys. Here's the deal. At 400 horse wheel with an automatic, 425 with a stick, that's all the farther I go, because I've got a whole bunch of stuff in the display case of broken pistons from 4.6 stuff and rods that nobody listens to. Never the crank, always the pistons and rods. But they need boost to get out of their own way. So you're going to have to lash up a screw charger off of something or just do a sidewinder blower. But yes, they need all the help they can get. Car was misfiring on cylinder 6, change the spark plug and coil, still misfiring. What could that be? All right, do a leak down tester.
On your phone?
What?
Did you get a message on your phone?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Here, you want my phone?
Yep.
There's a mistake on my phone. Could be fuel injector. Do a compression check and let me know what goes on there, and then do a leak down test. Could have a bent valve. Could be just some carbon buildup. Should be all right if you got a new spark plug and everything else in there. If it's got a coil on plug situation, swap the coil on plugs and just see if it moves from cylinder to cylinder. What's your open on an Elephant Hemi? Oh, opinion? I think it's going to be a great thing, but I want somebody else to run it for a year or two and see if they break. I made 1,000 horsepower with those things. Of course, nobody was like, it's not 1,000 horsepower, it's 996. How to make my 90? Oh, yeah, 98 Camaro SS. Easy motor, LS1, cam, long tubes, intake manifold, and LS6. Forget the throttle body, do a cold air intake, and yeah, they'll lay down 400 horse plus at the wheels. Pick up 100 horse with that combination. Call me if you want more information about that.
6 plus
Build a turbo 3.8, do
128 gig.
not
Wow.
molest that GNX though.
270,
Yep,
almost 300.
that's yeah, that's it. You don't like big cams, Bart. Big cams have their place. Most of my customers want to do street strip stuff. When you get a camshaft that runs like ass down low and in the middle, I get the bitches about how it gets 9 mpg. If you don't need to go with a big camshaft to make all the power that the engine can make, I keep the camshaft matched to everything else so it runs and drives great and it's still efficient. Lots of situations with Scotty, with my parts guy, with the 6.0, with the LS3 heads. You don't need a big camshaft to maximize the cubic inches. You can only get 1.5 horsepower per cube. It's on my videos if you want to listen to that stuff. And the only reason you need a big camshaft, I did a big camshaft in a 555 cubic inch 460 motor that made 900 horse at, and ran 5 somethings at the 8th mile trail. I mean, it was 4 somethings. Whatever it is, it got thrown out. Honestly, is tall guy cars not 1,000 horsepower? It's making over 1,000. I'll get it to make the number on the dyno, guys. If you take the 736 and 20% loss, it's at 940, but it's still spinning 40% on the rollers. I don't know how to get to hook up. This is the cool Scotty Kiln. Okay, cool. This is 4.6 LT1. I don't do LT1s anymore, man.
Just regular.
They have the
Yeah,
OptiSpark,
anyway,
their
see,
pile.
sometimes these people don't
You can delete it.
play
It's still tough to
six.
work on. The LS1's the same price. Buy the LS1. It's so much better. Great videos. Thank you, Aaron. I'll keep doing it. And we'll do live next if Hisham's coming back next week on Saturday. Spend a little time with you guys. Hate life if you swap the OptiSpark. Okay, I do them all the time. It works fine for the ones I do. I have guys do it all the time about the OptiSpark and LT1s. Channel idea, Minnesota V logs. Take us with you to places you go and see. That'd be awesome. Or to go in Minnesota. Maybe I can take you out to the 5-8 club.
What's this?
Yeah, come on by. I got other places that we can go to.
6
Juicy
plus,
Lucy and a beer.
120, go to that one.
Yep, done that
How
before.
much money was that?
More than once.
Oh, wow.
Heads cam header. Okay, so cammed Marrow. Colder intake LS1. How much power do you think it's putting down? Need to know the camshaft for that. The right camshaft on that stuff. They'll make 450 to 500 horse with a 346. Horse nap per cube is all they'll go to. The early LS1 heads only flow about 235 CFM at 600 lift. Oh yeah, 5.7 Hemi. Big difference in, so the guy's asking, Julian's asking about the power adders for the 5.7 Hemi. It depends which one you got, if it's the early one before 09 or the later ones. The early ones, it depends if it's a truck or a car, what your directions you're going to. I my wife's Commander as the early 5.7. I put a 214, 218 cam in that, and that picked up 40 horse and 40 foot-pounds. And she drives every day, and of course it goes down the highway and overdrive at about 1,400 RPM, so it can't stutter. All the late model stuff I'm doing for Challenger, Charger, whatever else, the 5.7s, I'm doing a camshaft, 222, 232, 600, 600, and put it on a 113, and I rock it forward. I advance the cam 3 degrees, and that makes 500 horse with a stock intake manifold too.
Yeah.
And
Instagram page going. They want to follow us.
who? What?
The
Hi.
Instagram page. Oh,
Oh, okay.
they want to follow us. It's High Tech Motorsport
.com.
MN.
MN. Okay. All right. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's High Tech Motorsport MN.
Yeah.
It's High Tech is HITH. So
Why
you
it's
can
not
see
showing
that.
here? Yep, they can see it.
There we
now.
go. Midland, Texas. I wish I was down there with you, Jose. It's freaking cold up here. Will tall guy swap his Ram with the no? He might. He doesn't like to pay for anything, though. You know, he's notoriously wants me to do stuff for free, so that's the way it goes. Ooh, 2012 Charger Super B. Works great. Don't put a charger on top. You'll snap the tops off the pistons. Good car, though. Jose, time would it take to install a standalone ECU? Depends on what kind of car we're talking about. Usually we can do them as fast, about 6 to 8 hours. If you want it inside, tucked away and hidden, it just takes longer. Thanks for watching the ad. Pipes and Magnaflow back up. Tips on K5 exhaust setup good. Yeah, Magnaflows. That's my favorite. I do Magnaflows all the time. Ultra flows are my go-to muffler. They make just enough noise and don't restrict any flow.
I think I'm nuts. in
Kevin
doing this
takes me
with
48
a
hours
six-
swap
with
standalone.
an
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't.
Yep, that's about right. Let's see, swapping a system, he says you can do it in 48 hours. Depends where it wants to be installed. Some guys like to hide everything. Between a B303 cam and an E303 cam. The E303, that's what I use all the time for the guys with the little baby 5.0s, crappy cylinder heads, and they're just on a budget. Works really good. The B is a little small, works better for supercharged operation. Either one's fine.
See, the 7 is too much bigger.
Best heads and cam for LS3. Let me tell you that LS3 cylinder head right from the factory is freaking awesome. Don't even think about it. And the cam, got to talk about what you want to do. LS3 normal cubic inch. I've been going to a 224, 232, or 233. 233 was the last one. Put it on a 113 and advance it 3, and that'll maximize the cubic inches, Larry. Has a nice jump to it. I can take you out for a spin in the car that Scotty, my parts guy, has. Can you turbo my 2000 Maxima V30? Of course I can.
That was 60.
It'd be too expensive. I wouldn't do it for you, though.
Yeah, well,
Thoughts on Charger Daytona, Go Mango? Yes, great car. I'd buy one if I had the money, but I'm broke. I'm a car guy. Trailer Juice, when you're going to come up there in a couple weeks just for sale, you know anyone? Dude, you can sell a GNX to anybody. I mean, that should go right through one of the auctions, and I'll take you out to meet Greg too. That Ponderosa Pine. He does Ponderosa Pine at the Ponderosa. He does all kinds of special cars. He'll know somebody. Best heads for an LS1. I have 243s. 243s are the best LS1 head. I put LS3s on top. Very inexpensive now, and they work like a champ. That big square port. But you know, it depends if you're changing cubic inches in your engine or not. An H26 NA street car. Should I do 2.5 inch exhaust piping?
I got
Anything
the iPhone
bigger is
6.
always better if it
Yeah.
doesn't hit the
iPhone
ground. I
6
know there's
S.
lots of guys that
You
still
like
think
that,
there's the
though?
thing with back
It's
pressure.
not bad.
That's
but
not
it's
true.
old, though.
Once the
It's
thing
like
comes
three-
off the
I got it 3
manifold or
years
the
ago.
exhaust and gets to
'Cause I'm
piping,
looking for one of those
it's
now.
easy to do.
6S.
Just as big as you can
It's
make it.
pretty good.
Cheap
I
mods
see
for
they
the
got
09
great
Crown
cameras
Vic
in
4.6.
those.
Put a
Yeah.
set of gears in that bad boy. 410s.
The
That's my
camera
number
is-
one thing.
is
Makes the
good,
car
but
much
the
quicker
newer
because they
ones
came with
are a
shitty
lot
gears.
better, though.
327s
Yeah.
are lower.
They are way more.
And then I do a
expensive,
converter,
too.
and then converter's going to run you like $600, and the gears are going to cost you, if you do the work yourself, about another
Yeah, I would-
600.
I'd advise you get the newer one.
She's all original.
Yeah,
18,000 miles.
The
They're so
battery
much
is
bigger.
better.
No, I'm not a
You
If
can
I
get
had a
the
GNX
regular
like that,
one.
I'd be out there
It's not
talking
that
to it every
that
night,
much
making sure
bigger,
nobody
though.
touched it. I'd be too
So
worried about
regular.
something going wrong.
I believe
But,
it's the
great car though,
iPhone
Eric.
8
can't believe you wanna
probably.
sell
the
it.
same size as this one.
I'm building a
It's just got better camera than this one, better screen,
I just use
better
stock rods
memory,
and
better
put ARP
faster
on
and
it.
everything. This
for
one is
all motor
kinda
build.
old.
As far as I know, those bolts don't fail. The ARP is a nice thing to change up to, but it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, but it still does the
There's a
work though.
command message
I've had
rejected.
it for 3 years, no problem.
Have you built a 426? Haven't? Yeah, lots of
Gonna get
them.
a new one?
Normally
No.
I take them to a
Not right now.
528,
Why?
and
I can't afford
they're
it
just a
right
great
now.
motor.
If it
But
wasn't
god
money,
damn it,
what
are
would you
those
get?
parts
Oh,
expensive?
if it wasn't
Kid
money, I'd
yourself.
get the latest
Name's
one.
Noel Carr, can
Like the, I
Kevin
believe
Van
it's the
Voris with a
10X.
stock
10X,
blower.
yeah.
Yeah, he's run. Jose Alvarado, since it was destroyed Pistons, what will
Yep.
recommend on a power or outer
It's like $1,000
Super
or
B
something.
6.4 Hemi? Okay, you can run a screw charger, but you can only run 5 pounds of boost. So when it's not fast enough and you run 7 pounds of boost, you're going to crack a piston. So there you go.
What's your battery life?
Favorite car in the shop
The
right
battery life is really
now?
bad though. That's
We got
the
a
only thing I don't like
37
about this
LaSalle,
about this,
pretty cool,
phone.
called Doris,
Like it doesn't
owned
last
by
at
one of
all,
my guys that
especially
passed
when
away,
when
and it's here
cold
now
outside.
again for some work.
I
Pretty
would
cool.
charge it 2-3 times a day.
Thanks, Brock. Appreciate it.
Small,
Yeah, very small.
Hi, Jose.
small batteries.
What mod should I do for a 03 HD F-150 to
Other
get
than
more
that, it's
HP?
perfect.
You got to help me with the motor. 5.4, 4.6, or we got a,
Fine.
if you're lucky, you got a
If you're not
V10. I
doing
didn't come in
a
the
lot of
F-150. Change the gears. That'll make it quicker.
Because when I do
That'll work.
internet
That's the
issues,
best price,
it's
front and
the
rear.
batteries.
What size stall should I get? I like a 3,000 stall converter. Talk to the folks at Circle D. They're my go-to people, good people. I've never broke one of their converters, so that's what I stick with. Best engine put in a notchback Fox. Dude, they make a complete drop-in for a 460 and your notchback Fox, 545 cubic inches will make that thing go like a bastard. That's my favorite. A little heavy in the nose, but you can work with that. Thanks, Eric. Let's see. Your friends are loud AF. We can barely. Really? Oh, you guys are making too much noise. They can hear you more than me. I'm on live. Shh. Quiet. Damn you, quiet. Okay, I shut them up. Let's see. Save power. Can I put on a 214 Ram 5.7 before I'm going to build the bottom end? You can make 550 to 600 horse on that 2014 5.7 before you have to do anything. One's really good. Just can't detonate it. Could I just chop off my 2.5 collector and header and weld on a 3-inch collector, or do I need a new header? No, if it already has a 2.5 with a small tube on it, just leave the 2.5 on it. Should be probably an 1 5/8 primary tube then on that header. If it's 1 3/4, the 3-inch will help it at higher RPM. And I love 5.7 Hemis. Everybody knows it. I'm on it all the time. Oh, we're going back to the Elephant again. Yep, want one, can't afford it. Let's see, how much boost can I put on stock 5.7 Hemi? 6 pounds. 5 to 6 is where I limit them to because of the pistons and where the ring land is. Did McLaren actually help build the Buick GNX? I don't know that. Has badges say McLaren. Cool. I don't know that. But there's a bunch of GNX clubs. I mean, holy balls. There's guys out there going to be wanting to stop by your house just to kind of touch it. It's like the holy freaking grail. Be the average horsepower for supercharged 6.2. If you're talking about the 6.2 Chevy, 6.2 Dodge, 2000 Tahoe, they'll make, you can, you make 600 horse on if it's a 6.2 Tahoe type thing, but I don't know what you got going. Supercharged 5.4. If it's stock bottom end, 500 horse. The crank, 425, 450. See, we scared my friends away now. I only have 2 friends except for Hisham. They just left. Supercharged 5.4. Yep, wick that thing up and stick it. It's the same ratio as the 4.6 because the rods are a little longer. The 5.4 just takes the same amount of power. 425 at the wheel, 400 automatic. Keep it alive. Broken parts suck. What's the first mod should my dad do on the Hellcat Charger? Okay. Hellcat stuff is really, really good. I would end up putting a cold air intake on it. That was a big deal on Corey's car. That helped a ton. The manifolds are really good. I wouldn't take those off to put exhaust on. If you want something louder, get rid of do a muffler delete. And then from there you go to pulley and a tune, and that thing rips. 2010 Chrysler 300C to get 500 horsepower. All right. Supercharge it. Screw charger, Edelbrock on top will do it right away. 500 horse is a cam. You can do it also with a cam and springs, locks, retainers, push rods, long tube headers, cold air intake. That'll make 500 crank horse, but you really got to whip it up. It gets a little fussy. You probably need a converter with that thing, torque converter, to make it work. You think porting and polishing is useless? No, porting, I don't like polishing because it actually causes surface tension if it gets too shiny and slows down the air. That's in my video. But porting, if you've got a set of cylinder heads that you're trying to push that cannot make the flow numbers that you require to make the horsepower or that cubic inches will take, then we port. For the most part, the new cylinder heads, the new Eagle heads, the Apache heads from Dodge, they're awesome. They're just a badass head. If we would have had those when I was a kid, everybody talks about those crazy old Chevy heads, the bow tie heads, and the camelbacks and stuff. Those things flew. They would only flow like 170 CFM after you ported them. That's why I'd use those big ass camshafts. But never port a cylinder head if you can make the power without doing it. Just another thing you don't have to do. Save your money. Oh, 6.2 Chevy. Great motor. Having a little bit of problem with residue on the intake valves. Watch that. And then, I just put a 2.3 screw charger on top and let her rip. I make 600 horse. What do you suggest doing to a 5.7 maybe to gain wheel horsepower? Camshafts is the easiest. That's the best bang for the buck. Cold air intake has to go with it. The manifolds are really good. If it's the earlier set of heads, it's a little bit tougher. But you got to look at the RPM your car drives at or truck drives at down the highway. Makes a huge difference. You can't have something that's inefficient at 1,500 RPM because you'll be unhappy. It's just a mutt. You got to make sure your camshaft is matched to what you want to do. 6-speed Hellcat. Personally, I don't shift for crap. I suck at it. I let my wife drive when we're in a 6-speed car. I think they're a great, great, great car. I love Hellcat. I just wish it came in a convertible. I'd have one for sure. Ever heard of or worked on a Q45? Yeah, we had a guy that brought a Q in here a few years ago to go drag racing with it. Turned out not a lot of support and fuel injection, and it went okay, but we didn't have a lot of support for it, so not my favorite thing to play with. What am I doing to Corey's car for the drag strip? I'm going to take a video of that, but I'll give you some highlights. We're taking out the 260 gear ratio in the back and putting in a 392 pumpkin, and we're putting the car on a diet and putting skinnies up front and 18-inch drags in the back, all lightweight wheels. And we're going to try to take out 500 to 750 pounds out of the car, getting rid of the interior, putting a race seat in it, and taking out the radio and everything else. So if I can get it down to 3,900 pounds, I can go down with demonology and run. And with the power we're making, we should be down in the 970s, 960s. Of course, Corey's going to drive, so we'll probably run a 13.2. Okay, Corey, you know what? I love you, Corey. You suck at driving. Okay, I can do, Eric says I can do a review on his GNX. Boy, that'd be awesome. We'll do a review for him and put it up for sale. It'll be like 19 guys doing his thing. Probably going to get huge views. My buddy owned a damn dealership. I tried to buy a GNX back when I was younger, and he wouldn't even sell me one. He's like, nope, they've all been spoken for. You don't get nothing. Thanks for that, Joe Dick. 09 Challenger 5.7 with cold air intake and log tube headers. Once again, you can make 500 horse by doing a camshaft 222, 232, and that'll perk it right up. They get real close to that 500 horse, or just put a 2.3 screw charger on top. I like the Edelbrock because I've never had a failure. Can I get 500 horsepower from an old 350? You can, but you pretty much got to either commit yourself to a high revving motor with high compression, everything else, a big set of cylinder heads. Usually with that 350 motor, I just switch them out to a 455 and they make all kinds of power. People don't know it's a 350 or 455. And I make them a 500 cube. I just kind of, I'll take the cubes, man. Always take the cubes. But you can do a big roller cam conversion. You got to do a big set of cylinders. There's guys that have those Buick heads, and have to grip it up around 6,500 to get that kind of number out of it. It'll be fussy. How much charger headers and full exhaust like Corey's on the Super B, and what kind do you recommend on the gears and cam? Cam's one of my customs. That's my grind on that stuff. We got to go over a few other things you want to do. And The gears, I'd put a pumpkin into it, go right to that 392. That's awesome. That'll perk the car up a ton. And the pumpkin change in and out is about $1,500. You get your old one to go, and the cam with everything new, including tuning, is $3,500. And that'll drop the thing. Geez, it'll run in the 11s with a set of drag radials. The regular tire is just going to spin the shit out of them. I can't do anything about that. Why don't you throw a big Whipple on tall guys, Kitty? Well, I could, but then I got to do a fuel system, and we already can't get it to hook up, and it's too effing fat. So until I get the weight down, it doesn't matter. If I can get Corey's car to run like a 970, 980 and still be streetable, if you don't need to replace parts, not going to do it. ZL1 Camaro or Hellcat. I prefer the Hellcat. The ZL1 Camaro is lighter. It's got a 1.9 blower on it. If I was going to do ZL1 Camaro, I'd go by that CTSV Cadillac. It's the same setup, and they work really good, make lots of power, and they're a comfy car to drive, that CTSV. Go drive one. Hellcat's got to go on a diet, needs a set of gears. Other than that, that thing rips. You guys are in great shape. You got the best cars ever. They talk about the old Hemi cars and stuff like that, and they were kind of cult cars, but man, they ran shitty. And they always had to be fixed. I mean, I was there, guys. I'm the only guy left that was there, except for a couple guys that are still alive. Let's see. What else we got? Do supercharged 2-valve 5.4 Harley Davidson F-150. I don't know what it's making now, but I'd take you up. I just changed the pulley on the thing and see if we could take it up to 425 at the wheels, and then you're done. And what's the max horsepower you can get? Put in a 6.0. If it's a stock bottom, man, you're talking about a Chevy motor. I usually do those up to 500 horse, 525. And then they get a little weird with detonation. But that's 370 or 366 cubes. You can really only make 5 1/4 before you're out of cubic inches anyhow with a set of LS3 heads.
Took mine to 720.
On E85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a blower too.
Okay. So Hisham wants to break your shit. He says you should put a blower on E85. It'll work like a champ on that 6.0 deal. Not recommending that because things break and then people are pissed at me. Can I make 500 horse on my 5.3 LS4? Yep, you can, but you're going to have to end up putting a supercharger nitrous to it to get it up to that thing. We're just dealing with 327 cubes. It runs a little too hard for street strip use to make it work. What's a fair price range on an Edelbrock supercharger installed? Would still need a tune, right? I do everything inclusive here. So on the Dodges, it includes everything except for sales tax, which I got to charge people, Ramundo. And I charge $10,000 for everything, tune, before and after runs, the kit, the whole gig. It's all taken care of under one price. That way you know where you're at coming in, going out. I don't believe in putting a cheap number on and then saying, well, you had to have shop supplies, and you had to have this. And then my guys had to go to lunch. And then we had to change a pulley. That's all bogus. So that's what I do with that thing, Ramundo. It's just a price on that. The Chevy stuff's a little cheaper at $9,000 because the parts are cheaper. 5.7. Yeah, sure. That's $10,000 plus sales tax. That's the 2.3 Edelbrock. The kit's about $7,200. Then we have the dyno in-house, and I tune it here, and I don't use the tune from Edelbrock. It's a good tune, but it's soft. I can make a lot more power with my own custom tune and pulling it up a little bit. What do you think of ditching the Charger on the Hellcat and going turbo? I think it's a waste of time. The chassis can't take all the power. They just spin the shit out of the tires. You can look all over the internet. It doesn't matter how much power you're putting to the rear wheels if it just sits there and spins. Now, if I was going to put something bigger on Hellcat, I'd go with a 4-liter 4.4 Whipple on top, and I'd break everything in sight. Transmission wouldn't take it. Rear would be laying out on the ground after doing 9-inch. It's too much from the car. It's still 4,500 pounds. I mean, it's like pulling a trailer everywhere you go. Have you ever worked as extensively on Japanese, European cars? If so, what, I have Japanese cars and European cars, mostly Mercedes stuff myself. They're great cars. I particularly like Toyota engineering stuff. I know that's going to make everybody at Infiniti pissed off, but I really like Toyota Lexus stuff. Mine's been a great car, and we've had a bunch of stuff, and I'll tell you what, it's a great car. Love the Mercedes, the 600 S600 with the twin turbo V12. But I got to tell you, coil packs are $950 a piece, my cost, and shit's always going wrong. It'll never leave you stranded, but then the locks won't work and the thing because it's all pneumatic stuff. And, you know, cool car. Everywhere you go, it's like you're just being pushed by angels. But I don't like working on stuff all the time. I just want to turn the key and go with that stuff. What would you think of a supercharged end turbo car? Not required, because you can only move so much air through the cylinder heads or cubic inches. You just run out of one or the other anyhow. So I know people have done that before. The answer is if you got a big enough charger or two big turbos, you can make 3,000 plus horsepower. You just got to make sure you don't break everything else in sight. Let's see. 5th Gen SS says, what cold air intake will gain me 50 horsepower on a 22 Civic? None. It's a bunch of lie. They'll say up to an additional 24 horsepower. And yeah, that's just always up to. Look for that little phrase. That's when you know you're going to get screwed. How do you like the Cody 5-liter? I love that car. And they freaking rip. Everybody makes a small screw charger for the top of that stuff. I have done turbo work on those things. They love either one. Great car. 5-liter Coyote. Cool stuff. You're bored here. You're not a good YouTuber, old man. Thank you. Matthew Santoro is a true YouTube and French channels too. Okay, Theodore. Thanks for chiming in. I know I'm boring. That's why I'm bringing in young women to do stuff around here. What the hell? Yes, show your nipple.
No.
It's pretty boring, man. I got chest hair. Let me show you chest hair. And let's see. What's the max horsepower a Gen 3 Hemi block can take? We got the one with nitrous on top that's making about 1,100, and the block is fine. You just got to put all the good parts in it. I think the new GT500 will have a chance with Hellcat Red Eye or even a Demon. Yeah, I really do, because it's going to be about 600, 700 pounds lighter. And Ford does not take well to losing. They're a pissed off crowd, and they've got good engineers too. They just got caught behind the power curve a little bit. They got surprised, I think, at least a little bit by Demon. Their stuff is really good, and it's a lot lighter. If you don't have to move the extra weight, you're really in good shape. Do you think the new, let's see, Larry says, on a Scat Pack Challenger for a twin turbo, what size would you use? Got to know what you're going to do with the thing. If you're going to replace the transmission, the rear end, what your goal is for horsepower. If it's a stock motor, you got to keep the thing down at that, 700 horse, 650. And I would probably run 2 small 66s and make the thing work down low. And let's see. And Jose wants to know if I can get the Super B up to 1,000 horse without destroying a lot of stuff. No. And let's see. 2018 Silverado or 2018 Ram. Boy, really both good. I love the 5.7 Hemi and the Ram. I've driven them both. They're both great trucks. It's kind of a, I guess I would buy the Ram Silverado. I would turn off the displacement on demand where they shut off the cylinder in both trucks right away, because that's killed more motors than you can shake a stick yet. Raul says, don't listen to the haters. Stay positive. Get my respect. Thank you, Raul. And have you heard of Damian Marley? No. Heard of the other Marley. I think he's dead. And great show, Bart. Keep the videos coming. I will. What's the average oil pressure for LS1? Warmed up LS1's 20 PSI at idle and 45 when driving and 60 when you stand on it. And when they're cold, they'll go up to 80 PSI. I have seen them run as low as 10 PSI when they've got like 300,000 miles on it. Let's see. Is it worth getting aftermarket heads for a big cam LS3 or just CNC porting? It's absolutely not worth it. 5th Gen SS, just take the LS3 heads, put them on there. They'll make 700 horse without porting. They're just trying to get some of your money. I tell people all the time the LS3 head is a great head. You don't need a CNC port them up. It's going to make all the power that cubic inches can make, unless you've got like a 500 cubic inch LSX motor, and then we got to just talk about cleaning stuff up. But don't get sucked into all that bullshit about porting. What do you suggest doing to a 392 Hemi? Cold air intake. Manifolds are really good. I just do a cold air intake, and then I'd swing into a camshaft, and after that, a screw charger, or go directly to a screw charger. And then you can only run, 6 pounds of boost. Hang on. Because when I was a full bolt-on cam, Merrill says bolt-on, I was always at 45. Now with the heads cam, it's down to 20. All right. You got something going on when they put the cam in, they screwed up with one of the plugs or something down in the oil pump area and it's bleeding off pressure. So I'll have them redo it. Or if you did it, go back inside and find where it's leaking from on that thing. If you took the pump out, the oil pump out, the O-ring in the oil pump is damaged. So that's what's doing that. Would I keep a Hellcat or trade it off for red eye? I would do a red eye, and you got to make sure you check the box for the 309 gear. You got to get the Demon gear. But yeah, I would trade it off. The Hellcat's a really cool car, but the red eye is going to be even better. It's got the big blower on it and stuff, so that's the way to go. And 4th gen F body, 9-inch or S60. I kind of like the corporate 12 from the guys at Strange is what we've been using. It'll handle 800-900 horse, and from there I'd go to the Ford 9-inch, and the S60 is kind of last because it's kind of heavy, but all those really work. And get your stuff from Strange. Those guys they've got their shit together, so just get it from them. 68 CUDA notchback, cool knuckle. All right, yeah, they're cool little car. You can wedge a big block in them because they did that, and yeah, 443 speed. Wow, very cool. Is that an original 440? Because I think in 68 they made a few of those. They were lash ups from crap. I can't remember. I'll look it up. But I know they made 440 with automatics. They were it wasn't an M code. It wasn't M code. I got to look it up. Darian Scully, 4-cylinder turbo or V8 with no turbo supercharger. I like the V8 because I always have room to run. Always take the cubic inches, take the most cylinders you can get your hand on. And ox. Wildest build you've ever done. I would have to say that was my Hemi Cuda with a 528, a 1471 fuel injected setup. That was kind of stupid, but I threw cubic dollars at it and made a buttload of power. It was absolutely useless for anything else. Long Island, New York, crazy. Thank you very much. Appreciate you watching. What makes small engines like Ford's K-Series able to rely on high horsepower in so many builds? Oh, like Hondas. Oh, engineering from the Japanese, man. They're awesome. The problem is they start out with small cubic inches. I love Japanese engineering. Those guys got it going on. I mean, they just do. They take power from stuff that's really little and make lots of power with it. The problem is they start out with stuff that's really little. Pontiac G8, GT, or Infiniti Q50. Ooh. I work on the G8s all the time. Boy, that Q50, man, that's a badass car. Difference the way they get stuff done. I think if I was driving one back and forth, I'd buy the Q50. I love the G8 stuff. Don't get me wrong, but if I'm putting my ass in a comfy seat driving down the highway at 100 miles an hour, Q50.
Great.
What would you do to a 2019 Rebel? Would you do turbos or supercharged, and what boost? I would do the supercharger on that thing and run 6 pounds, and everything will stay in one piece. Thanks, Larry. Raul, back again. Oh, Marley, David Marley's. Oh, Bob Marley's son. Cool. All right. Well, listen, I like Bob Marley stuff. I kind of grew up with that, so I'll let you know how, how old I am. Let's see. Jose on the new Elephant engine. Yeah, the new 1,000 horsepower deal. I think it's a great motor. Most cars can't take the stress. Once again, I want them to get out in circulation and let other people break them first before I drop down some stupid amount of money. What do you think is fast in the quarter mile, like an average time? 10 seconds flat. Getting with the program pretty good. If you got a street car doing 10 seconds, you're pretty much a badass in the world. When I grew up, if you had a 13-second car, you were fast, and now everybody's minivan does 13s. Just sign of the times. Skyline. Ooh, yeah, cool car. No, I love Skylines. I just don't work on them. Cool car. It's the pocket rocket. It's the theory of how much horsepower can I put in a little tiny package and go like a bastard and get arrested again.
Actually, I got an idea for a video.
Got an idea for a video. Here's some may have a Skyline that we can work with.
We do.
We'll put an LS1
We
in
do.
that. I'm kidding. I'm not going to put an LS1 in that.
Oh no, we're not gonna work with it, but we can film it.
I love Skyline stuff, man. It's cool. I'm David Long, Facebook. Look at what Shooter said. I don't know. Okay, American military equals freedom. Yeah, agree with that. Love the military. It's Corey's Hellcat, 1,000 horsepower. Back to that famous. It's over 1,000. I know I got to prove it to you guys. I only made 736 to the wheels. I'll get it stopped spinning after I get done doing all the new work on it, lighten it up, and then put those big-ass tires on it. I wish you could build that Taurus SHO. Man, those things. Anybody with an SHO, a new one, cool car, change the freaking oil. I don't care what the light says. Just change it every 3,000. It'll save you a ton of pain. You know, don't go by the light and then do it like 5,000 miles later. It doesn't work. Corey's Hellcat has a cold air intake, pulley, tune, long tubes, full exhaust. It's too damn loud. That's pretty much it. Music made bombs for real life. So I like Bob Marley. I always feel like I should have like 6 glasses of wine and big fat one or edible out in the boat. I'll do my best. So there you go. Looks like I answered all the questions in the world. I really appreciate all you guys tuning in, but I think we're out of questions, man.
This was going to be a 15 minutes video. Now it's been an hour.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool, though.
Yep.
You like it?
You guys, yeah, it's kind of fun. Where's everybody else for cam or boost? I like putting the screw charger on top, Alfonso. It's a shortcut to going like a bastard. And that way, if you ever want to build the motor, you can crank the boost up. The 2.3 Edelbrock and everybody's 2.3 will make 850 crank horse. And so that's what I do. Yep. 6 glasses of wine. Yeah, Kevin, I float on that big ass pontoon that I had Corey out on with organic. And I just kind of get out there and nobody suspects that I'm kind of usually like, I just like red wine, just the way I am. Oh, thanks about the hair thing. I appreciate it. My kids say I have epic hair now. It's going a little white, but I'm 57, so I'm kind of going with what's left over is left over. A lot of my friends are really bald. Yeah, Corey be in the shop anytime soon. He was supposed to be here today to pick up his wife's Jeep, but I know he was out with some NBA player on the West Coast doing a video with him on some kind of car review thing. And that green 1,000 horsepower Hellcat that raced the 720. Man, Corey's Hellcat look stock in comparison. That's Corey, and that's Corey. LS1 with a turbo. What's the most boost you can run for a daily? If it's a stock LS1, I'll run 6 to 8 pounds with an LS motor, and it stays in one piece. The 5.3s will take more because of the wall thickness and the cylinders. I've seen them boosted up to making 14 to 16 pounds, staying in one piece. Just can't have detonation. Just can't have detonation. Shop build supercharged LS3 Vega. Maurice, I would love to do that because I'm an old Vega guy and I had those when they were new. I'm just not sure. It appears that everybody wants me to do a Japanese import car with a big LS in the thing. And I'm happy to do a Vega. I know where there's one sitting. I just haven't bought it because I kind of got enough cars. And when are you going to supercharge Organics Corvette? Well, Organics backed into a pole and his tires are bare. He's going to trade the car in allegedly. And I think he's already bashed it a couple times with it. It's not supercharged. Can I do it? Sure. I don't think he wants to pay for it. And what do you think of a Chrysler Crossfire? That's the same as the SLK. I much prefer the SL 500 or 600 from that era, or 550 in order, or SL 65 if you can get one. They're fragile and they're, it's kind of a cool little car, but they have the same issues that an SL 500 or same price. Just go buy an SL 550 supercharged car. They're great. They work like a champ. And let's see. Mr. Organics Corvette, Chrysler. How good are the manual transmissions on the 76 K5 Chevy Cheyenne? Are there any mods you can do to them? The transmissions are fine. You just can't sidestep the clutch at 5,000 RPM. You'll break them. I believe they're only rated for about, if it's the small normal duty one, like about 350 foot-pounds of torque. But I would call the guys at, Zumbrota Bearing and Gear in Zumbrota, Minnesota. And he can give you the exact specs. They're good people. They rebuild all those old trannies. And Jaden Stewart says, I subscribe. Appreciate it. Would you buy a Chrysler with a Hellcat motor? Sure. Yeah. Why not? Hope you all set Corey's car and kill and beat some fast cars on the track. Because it seems like everybody hates on his car. Well, everybody hates on a guy that's, you know, he's up in the air. He's doing great. I mean, Corey's an awesome guy. He's always up. He just didn't have the benefit of having race cars back when he was a kid. So I've been trying to work with him, but we never ever really sat down to go over some street use or going to the track we were supposed to go, and then it snowed on our asses here, and he's so busy flying all over the place. His car is really good, and Corey's a really good guy. I hate to see him take a beating with people, but there's always people out there that hate somebody that wants to see my nipple, which is weird. Maurice, MR2. Yep, great little car. Not sure how I can wedge an LS1 in the back seat. Yeah. A little worried about the cool car, though. Love MR2. It's fun to throw around. They're like a go-kart on steroids. What's the best way to make a newer SHO faster? So they can be faked up. All you got to do is tune them, crank the boost up, put a cold air intake on it, and have it custom tuned, and they pick up. You got to run good gas all the time. But they'll pick up 70 crank horsepower and 70 foot-pounds, and they're fun. But you got to change the oil. God. Why don't I teach Corey to race? We were going to do that. He's the one flying all over the country now. He is really, really he's going into being a budding superstar. He was out at Capitol Records. He met the VP at Capitol Records. There's a lot of shit going on in his world, man. I'll teach him eventually, but we're going down for that thing with demonology, and I got to figure out a way to make him race ready inside of a few months. I'll work on that. So I'll teach him, but he just didn't have the benefit because he grew up in an area where he just didn't have cars and he never got into it. Me, I had stuff apart when I was 12, and I still can't put it back together, but it's sitting in my dad's garage. From a mechanic perspective, would you choose a 2012, 2013 Boss 302 or a 2015, 2017 S550 Mustang? Oh, man, I like that Boss. That is a freaking cool piece of equipment. That's kind of what I would do. I love that Boss thing. That's pretty cool. That is technical edge at the finest thing. What is Organic going to trade his car for? I think he wants to surprise everybody on that. I don't know which one he's going to get. I've got an inkling what he's going to do, but you know, he's got his new green beard and stuff like that. So we're going to have to watch and see what he does. Should I pro charge my SRT 2006 or supercharge? I don't. Okay, pro charge. You're going to be pissed at me. Same with you Vortec guys. I don't install them. I don't sell them. I don't even like to work on them. They always have bracket issues. They have head unit issues. They don't make any torque down low. People are always pissed off. Put the screw charger on top. There's a reason that Ford, Chevy, and Dodge are using the screw charger, mostly because it works and it makes a buttload of torque, like 500 foot-pounds at 2,500. You don't have to wick it up to get it to move.
They only sound good.
Yeah, the pro chargers rattle. Anyway, yeah, we keep fixing them all the time. And let's see. And we're back to the thing about that. And 10.9 with an NA LS1 2000 Camaro, fastest Camaro. Pretty fast. 10.9's getting with the program. That guy's got a 60 foot time down in that 1.4. He's got it going on. Deep gears. He's rolling, man. That's a lot of, got to be making close to 500 horse. And he's got the car lightened up. And he's got a big set of sticky tires and about 456 gears. Cool. Got a 73 3/4 speed. Oh, cool. Super B. Neat. Yep. Cool old cars. Can't turn and can't stop. They go like a bastard straight ahead. And if I was to trade in the Super B, what will recommend getting? Get a new red eye. I'll help you with a build sheet. I'm just waiting for my guy at Chrysler to stop being such a douche and let me do something special with a special color for a group of my customers, or the seat delete type stuff, the rear seat delete. and trying to get something special so you guys can have like a 1 of 10 cars ever built. But they're selling so many of them now. They don't want to slow down the line at Chrysler until they get it figured out. Let's see, triple blue, 1 of 2, B5 blue, light blue stripe. Oh, light blue stripe, very cool. Yeah, blue interior, a lot of blue. We had Greg had that 70 Roadrunner out there, black convertible, black top, black interior, and a black stripe car. Never seen one coated like that before in my life. Pretty cool car. And you're like that cool ass teacher in high school. You know, I appreciate that. Everybody told me for years I had attitude issues, and they're probably right. But as you get older, you're kind of having fun. Problem with me being a teacher, I love to teach people stuff, but when they start to argue with me because they've been all over on the computer and tell me how I don't know shit, it always makes me crazy. Fave car of all time, easy. Duesenberg, Model SJ. Go look it up. Everyone's owned by a superstar. They were $20,000 back in 1929 or 30, when the average income was like $500. Okay, and I'm a homie. I'm good with that. You ever need a shooter? Okay. I guess I'm square on this stuff. A square is an old term. Knucklehead, contact me anytime. Come by and say hi. Sounds good. Bring the hot rod with you. We'll go down to Greg's together. And advice for boosting at 889 5.8 Ford EFI. Okay. Yeah. So the 5.8 and 89 in pickup truck is a speed density system, and there's no software out for it. So you got to convert it to the Mustangs. You got to get a 89 to 93 Mustang set up on that thing with a mass air, and then you can tune it. And I don't think they make a screw charger for it, but I have done camshafts in them before, small cams that work really good. The cylinder heads are sucky. I did a 408 cubic inch out of a 5.8 and a Bronco that we put a standalone fuel system on. And that thing was fun to drive. It went like a bastard too. So want to boost it, try to find somebody who's got a screw charger and made it up on that thing, even a little, you know, one of the little ones off of an early Cobra or something like that will work really good. Dope. All right, I got to go take my wife out for lunch, dinner. She's calling me. I appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. We'll be in touch next Saturday. Thanks, guys. Hey, dear. What's up?